At Lone Rock Resources, we've been growing, harvesting, replanting, and managing timberlands in Southwest Oregon since 1950. I'm proud to be part of this team, and I'm excited to introduce you to the members of the Lone Rock family.
I'm Katie Nichols, and I am Lone Rock's Sustainability Coordinator and Internal Operations Administrator, meaning that I manage our sustainability and access programs. I chose to work for Lone Rock because of the small family-style company that you just don't see anywhere else, and I'm proud to be Lone Rock's first female forester. So SFI stands for Sustainable Forestry Initiative. Lone Rock has been SFI certified since 2015, and what that means is that we have a third-party auditor come out and look at our lands and make sure that we are operating not only while considering the needs of today, but the needs of future generation, while thinking about wildlife, water resources, archaeology and historical resources, as well as visual aspects, kind of just the landscape as a whole, not just thinking about the trees on that landscape. Hillsides like this, when as close to streams as they are in the past, would have just been logged downhill to the stream. Sometimes the stream would have been utilized to move the logs to a better place. Now that we have Oregon Forest Practices Act, and especially because we are SFI certified, we make sure that we're protecting our streams. So putting in a mid-slope road like this, while it doesn't always look pretty, is actually the best option for this environment. And these type of roads, we take a lot of time and effort and expertise in designing them, and having one of our engineers on staff actually design this road to ensure that the impacts that it's having are not going to be negative to the landscape that we're putting them on. When I was younger, specifically later in high school, I thought I wanted to be a social worker, working with people and helping them through some of the roughest parts of their lives was something that I thought I wanted to do. Right out of high school, I went to University of Portland for a year and a half, and quickly realized that wasn't what I really wanted to do, and I transferred to OSU, studied engineering, started looking into the forestry engineering program, and fell in love with it real quick, and here I am now working at Lone Rock. Been here 7 years and wouldn't change it. I manage a lot of our easements, and so I end up dealing with a lot of our neighbors. I spend a lot of time on the phone talking to neighbors, and so in some aspects I still feel like I'm doing a little bit of social work because I'm able to communicate effectively with a lot of these neighbors and sort out our needs and theirs, and develop documents so that we're happy and they're happy. Lone Rock has an extremely spread out ownership, meaning that within our approximately 450 parcels of land, we have thousands of neighbors that we're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. And it's really important to Lone Rock that and myself, that we're maintaining these relationships, and so that when the next generation comes along to log these properties, they're saying, oh yeah, Katie and so helped me out with this, and so of course you guys can use my property for tailholds. It's about building the relationships today for what we need now, as well as keeping everybody satisfied for the future uses. Behind us is a large fish-bearing stream, and so when we're looking at managing our lands near to those resources, we have specifications in terms of the buffers that we have to leave standing to protect that resource. So these trees that you can see standing here are the buffer that's required for this large fish stream. This culvert has a primarily rock fill, which is going to be a lot more stable than dirt fill, which is going to help limit the sediment delivery to this creek during times of extreme rain and weather. In this specific creek, we have some natural downed woody debris that's from snow damage, and that woody debris we leave in the creek because it helps benefit fish habitat. Having a mid-slope road like this allows us to bring all of our equipment, including the technology like our tethered bar saw, up to the top of the ridges and bring all of the logs to the top of that ridge, and utilizing the best technology of today, lessening the impacts that our logging has on the environment and the hillside and the slope, which is the goal of the SFI. This is Licorice. She's about a year old. She's my pit collie mix, and I love having a dog. She comes to work with me, even if I'm just in the office, lays down on the ground, gives pretty good snuggles, and she's actually really good with my cats, because I have some cats as well. You know, growing up on a small farm, always enjoyed having animals around and being able to interact with variety of different animals. Sustainability to me means that in years and decades to come, I could take my family and friends out to this landscape and say, hey, look at that road that I helped lay out in 2019, and we've now logged on it, and now there's baby trees, and maybe even we're close to harvesting again. You can see the legacy on the land and the impact that we've made, but there's also still the timber and the wildlife, and everything that was there in the first place is also still there for future generations to enjoy.